So hi, let's show you the problem statement first. So I have to make endpoints. Those endpoints using those endpoints I have to fetch all the post profiles. I have to pause a profile, I have to unpause a profile, delete a profile, and create a profile. So a profile is basically a table which contains name, DOB, and status. By default, so status can be active or paused, and by default the status which I have to show is active. Okay, so first of all let's start my app. Okay, so the app is already running. So I ran my app using python app.py. Let me show it to you. So because app is the name of my file, python file. So my app is running. So I'm at this page. So what I have done is that I had made a page using HTML and CSS, and here you can add your own profile. Let's say my DOB is 1990 1231, and for now let the status be active. And once you submit it, so as you can see there are no Runit with the date of birth 1990, so you will see a Runit with 1990. So at the last you can see this. So I've added DOB, name, status, and creation date here. So using update status you can update the status, and using delete profile you can delete that profile. Also one more thing, it was said in the problem statement to show only the active request. So once you click on the type of profile, you will see the profile active only, like this. And if you want to go back, please click on the all profiles. Similarly, now profile paused, like that. So I have shown you the web page. Now how am I doing this? So I will show you my code of that. Also one more thing, I have deployed this whole web page in Heroku. You can go to the site. This site works the same way. Sorry, I think my net is not working actually right now. Yeah, it's working. So this is the site. It's similar to that one. Go to this. I'm going to this. I will show you my code now. So basically I will import flask, JSONify, and render template, because I will be rendering my HTML files from the templates, request, and then redirect. Okay, so the database I will be using is of Flask SQL Alchemy, and in that I am using an SQLite database. So this class prof is my table. Using this class prof I am creating a table, and I am using serial number to keep record of my profiles in order to update or delete that profile. So name is the profile name, DOB, date of birth, status is status, and date of created is just keeping it for now. I can remove it if it is not needed. This date def repr, this is basically used for pickling it, and it will show the serial number, self name, and the name and the DOB. If you just call prof. So if you do that, like once you print the object of prof, like suppose I've created an object of this class prof, let's say it contains name as Rene, DOB as 1990, something like that. So if you print Runit, you will basically see it's the serial number, name, and DOB. Now let me show you the my index page, which was basically used for fetching all my records of the table, as well as to have a post operation in order to post to my table or add records to the table. So this is basically used for post. For now what I'm doing is that I'm using a form, index.html. Using that index.html, this is a form. Using this form I'm returning the various data on clicking on the submit button. Okay, so the name is equal to dob, name is prof name is status, like that. So I'm using a request.form in order to get the profile name, profile dob and all the stuff. One more thing is that in a database, what we can store is that we can't just directly store our date as a string. So we have to first convert that string to a datetime object. So that is what I'm doing in this 3 lines code. Like what I'm getting from my form is a string containing date of birth. I have to convert that date of birth into year, month and date. Then I have to make it an object. So I'm using that, and that's it. So then I'm creating an object of the profile class, prof class, and then I'm adding into that database. So this is what happened with in order to fetch all the now in order to fetch all the records outside, if the method is not equal to post, that is if it is outside this if I'm getting all prof equal to prof.query.all, then I'm just rendering my template and returning all prof equal to all prof. So all prof contains all my objects of the prof, or basically all the records of the table. So go back to index. This is used to print all the records. Like I'm using a for loop here for prod in all prof. So I'm basically printing all the name, dob, status, date created, and all the stuffs. So also I'm adding a update button and a delete button. So on clicking update button, you go to the update.html. On clicking on the delete button, you just basically delete that record. So also I made 2 sub pages on that index page. You can see like in the type of profile, once you click on the profile post, you are seeing only the profile, only the post profile, like that. So let me tell you a bit about that also. So in that post profile page, I will just call my postindex.html, and what I'm fetching from that page is that I will be fetching all the records which are paused using this query.filter by status equal to paused. So now go to the post. Is the same way is the same thing is happening in the active page also. Just instead of writing paused, I'm using active. Okay. Yeah, actually I forgot to mention that I'm using bootstrap CSS and all, because it's an open source. So the page works similar, like if the total length of the records is equal to 0, no profiles are found, will be written in the page. If it contains, then these are the heading of my table for prod in all prof, like that. So I'm iterating over all the profiles, and I'm printing those things in a loop. Also I'm using a loop.index of the template, so that I can keep a record of the serial number like 1 2 3 4, and not using the serial number of my table, because once you delete a record, that place is vacant. Okay, so come back here in the app.py. So what happens is that in while using a form, request.form, you can't return methods like put or delete. So in order to work around put, you have to use post and get. Also one more thing is that put is not a safe operation. Like you are fetching the record and then you are updating it, so it's not a safe operation. So HTTP doesn't allow you to use that in your form. So I have to use a post and get. So I'm using get because in the fields of the update, let me show you. Once you click on the update status, you are getting the pre-filled data of the previous profile which you want to change. So you're getting the pre-filled data, you just have to change it and click on the submit. So in order to get the previous data, you have to use get operation, get method, but in order to post you can use submit. That's why I have to use both here. The same thing is happening which I said earlier in the index page. If you want to post a new request in this part, and in what is the other thing is that I don't want all the records, but I just need the one record which I want to update. So for that I'm using prof equal to prof.query.filter by, and in the I'm using render template to call my update.html. In that I'm sending prof. So only the records, only the data of this particular serial number will be shown, and in what after that I will just update this prof. So its name is changed, DOB is changed with what I'm getting from my form, and then I will commit and add. I will add and commit. That's it. And delete is a simple operation. As I said earlier, that HTTP doesn't allow you to use delete using a form. So in order to work around that, you need to have get operation. Like here I could have written method equal to get. That's it. And you just filter the just use filter by in order to get the get the record which you want to delete, and you can call the db.session.delete to delete it. Okay, so I was using a Postman a bit, so I will tell you about that. Like what happens is that I am showing all my profiles in the index page, and I am transferring all my data in the index.html, so that it can show all the records in this way, in a table way. But what if a user wants it in a JSON format? So I'm using a Postman, and I've made an endpoint for that. So what it will do is that first I have to convert all the data of my table into a list. So that is what I'm doing. Like I'm getting the serial number, name, DOB and status, and then I'm calling the JSONify to make it into a JSON object, and then I'm returning it. So let me show you. You just have to write all profiles here in this Postman. As I'm using a get operation, you just call using all profiles, you will see all the data like 3, 4, 7, 8. These are the serial number. As I've already deleted the first and second record, so you won't get that serial number. Now if I want to delete this using Postman, so I will show you to you. You just have to use the delete profile as well as the serial number for which you want to delete. Now this serial number is different from the serial number which was shown on this page, because this serial number is the serial number of my table, like 3, 4. Let's say I want to delete 10 because the name Runit is present twice. So use /10, and from here I have to change it get to delete, because my method doesn't allow anything else other than this delete. If I had used get, then I have to use get here, but that won't be a REST API. So I have to use a delete, and I will call it to you, show it to you. So I'm calling 10. So it will say that yes, Runit is deleted. Now if you go back again, all profiles, sorry, it should be delete should be changed to get. Now that is what happens, like you get an error because I was using a delete. So now you won't be able to see 10 here. And that's it. Thank you.